अब ये सारी बातें जो हुकूमती फ़ैसले होते हैं उनको अमली जामा पहनाने के लिए ये जो ब्यूरोक्रेसी है वो काम में लाई जाती है और वो ये एक्टिंग आर्म ऑफ द गवर्नमेंट होते हैं। आज हमारे साथ 6 कॉमन के DMG ग्रुप के पाकिस्तान के एक और भी मायना सबूत यहाँ मौजूद हैं जिन्होंने सिंध से लेके पंजाब से लेके हर दौर देखा है और ये 6 कॉमन से हैं, जिसका मतलब ये हुआ कि पाकिस्तान को अभी बने कुछ ही अर्सा हुआ था, तो इनको ये शर्फ हासिल हुआ कि इन्होंने ये बकौल इसकी तर्जुमा है नौकरशाही, तो वो ये नौकर भी हैं, शाह भी हैं, तो ये सिलसिले चले। और मैं चाहूँगा कि ये थोड़ा सा ब्यूरोक्रेसी को ट्रेस भी करें कि कहाँ से ये चली, कहाँ तक पहुँची, और फिर जब ब्रिटिश राज ने हमें जो ब्यूरोक्रेसी दी जो कि इंडियन सिविल सर्विस हुआ करती थी, तो जवाहरलाल नेहरू साहब ने कहा था कि ना वो इंडियन है, ना वो सिविल है, ना वो सर्विस है। तो इस कमेंट के साथ आई इनवाइट Kamran Lashari साहब to say his few words and enlighten us more.
Thank you very much, Lord Chambers and Sahil Lashari. Normally, if I'm ever invited to any academy or forum, it's not easy to keep up with time, but this is one place where I reached even before my time to listen to the others, because I was so much attracted by the galaxy of speakers and felt really out of place that I, among such intellectuals and scholars and economists, just bureaucracies, part, how and what would I say. One Saraiki speaking friend says, Sai ko asawa bureaucracy ko bureaucracy aakhinde. So I know we are sometimes called the babus and sometimes bureaucracy and sometimes naukarshahi and etc. I don't have time to really go into the evolution of civil service and don't want to make it a very academic thing. I just want to drop few points, just 3 या 4 नकात पे बात करना चाहता हूँ। 5वां नकात तो वैसे भी कोई अच्छा इसके ज़्यादा नहीं है, सो 5 तक नहीं जाऊँगा, 3-4 तक रहूँगा। You know, where we stand today, I keep reflecting that where has civil service come to? And despite that this is one group and among the institutions that we have talked about, which is the most organized, merit-based, transparent, and supposedly come through a very honest and a very transparent means. The Public Service Commission of Pakistan are a very, let's say, respected institutions. Then why are we selected? That means the higher echelon of the bureaucracy. To me, it seems not for rules and procedures. The rules and procedures and processes are more well versed with the departments that we join. If I go into railways, if I go into agriculture, or any group, the people there down below me know better. If I am a deputy commissioner, I can never outclass the Patwari in terms of, the rules and procedures. What I am here for is basically 2 things. One is vision and one is decision making. I think that makes the top leadership or management. But what have we come to? That these 2 things are now most difficult to find in the civil servants. Apart from their own, shortcomings, the conditions that have been created in this country in the name of mostly the so-called accountability is such that it has hampered the civil servant to be visionary or to be a deliverer. Because all inquiries related to accountability are not based upon your performance. They are based upon your procedures and the processes. So if you don't perform, there is no procedure, and you will never be inquired. You will never be challenged or made accountable. I was Secretary Housing for more than a year. I did not add one house, and nobody ever pointed a finger at me. I remained that tenure is the most peaceful, non-controversial. And on the other hand, when you change the face of the city, you make a bed of thorns for yourself. मुझे याद है एक रोज़ शौकत अजीज़ साहब ने मुझे कहा कि बुलाया गया तो कहने लगे कि I was passing through the blue area with the President of China, and he said to me, so he said he was explaining to the President that this is the blue area, and this is our economic hub, and this is the place which is meant for the businesses. And the Chinese President looked like out of the window like this, and he said, who is the mayor of Islamabad? So the Prime Minister of Pakistan said, well, he's a designated person from the civil service, but what's the matter, Excellency? He said he should be hanged. And Shaukat Aziz Sahab said, why? He said, you're showing me your business area and such a beautiful landscape and backdrop, and I don't see the cranes going up. There are no cranes here, no development taking place. So I was exhorted by the Prime Minister that please do something on that. Maybe half a dozen or more high-rises came up while I was Chairman CDA, but I was hanged for bringing them up rather than not doing it. So that's the message I want to give to you, is that CDA, the Islamabad, which one worked for, has been the most difficult time. I don't care on that account, but the message that goes is that the more you will do, the more problems you will create for yourself. So inaction in this country is protected. Action is challenged every day in the court. कभी किसी अदालत ने या किसी मीडिया ने या किसी फोरम ने ये पूछा है कि ये आपने क्यों नहीं किया? यही सवाल है, ये क्यों किया, ये कैसे किया? तो अगर हमने Do you want me to be a clerk who's always looking at rules and procedures and processes? वो एक दायरा और एक डायरेक्शन जरूर है, but the real thing is to achieve the targets, the goals, the delivery, the results. और वो जो है हमने बहुत मुश्किल बना दिया इस मुल्क में. So उसके लिए unless our entire accountability, yes, होनी चाहिए, बहुत होनी चाहिए, but it should be linked with performance and not with procedures. So that's my first point. And the other is, आप कैसी delivery expect कर सकते हैं civil service से if you don't give them tenure? First of all, bring the right man to the right job. And second is, let him work, let him function. अब तो एक musical chair बन चुकी है, एक मजाक बन चुका है. What to talk about DC Commissioner, the provincial and federal secretaries, the IGs and the chief secretaries. So, and then we say भी civil service जो है deliver नहीं करती. वो अगर performance chart बना भी लें तो वो performance में क्या दिखा सकेंगे जो 4-6 महीने बाद अगर उसने बदल जाना है. I'm working as DG Walled City Lahore for the last exceptional 9 years. Do you know how many secretary local government with whom I am linked? There have been 22 in 9 years. So ये मेरी गुजारिश होगी कि accountability जो है that should be with performance based, performance linked, and the other is that the tenure should be respected. And now just a word about the cultural side. वो कल्चर जो हमसे रूठ गया, उस कल्चर का बहाल सुनाएं क्या? I think from 1979, the socio-cultural scene of Pakistan, the society of Pakistan, जिसका इशारा रज़ा रब्बानी साहब ने भी किया, has changed forever. A new ethos, a new culture, a new thought process has been superimposed upon Pakistan. This society has changed. We may sometimes realize it, we may not even be very conscious about it, because it has seeped into all of us. देखते देखते क्या कुछ हमसे, let me recount what we have lost. We lost even the territory of Pakistan, which our armed forces very successfully got retrieved. But one thing which they could not, and which was more upon the civil governments to do that, we could not retrieve, is the cultural space. The cultural space has been lost, and there seemed to be a slide that we are going deeper and deeper into a morass of cultural chaos and crisis of identity. आप देखिए एक बंद मैनेजमेंट का लफ्ज़ मैंने कॉइन किया हुआ है. क्या कुछ बंद हो गया? द बसंत शटडाउन बंद, द न्यू ईयर ईव बंद, द पीरू ब्रदर्स का वो जो पपेट शो होता था बंद, गवाल मंडी फूड स्ट्रीट बंद, द हॉर्स एंड कैटल शो बंद, हत्ता के हुक्का ये शीशा भी बंद है. इस मुल्क में जहां आप शीशे और किसी रास्ते पे जाएं तो वो बंद होता है. वो डंडा लगाने वाला खुद नहीं होता, लेकिन बैरियर होता है. दिस कंट्री इज अ बैरिकेडेड कंट्री, एंड आई थिंक द बैरिकेड इज हियर. We are intellectually now paralyzed, and we are cramped that way to think new, afresh and creative. So we need to bring back our cultural space, and that can come only जब तक हम ये security के, this is now a security state, उससे जब हम थोड़ा relax नहीं करेंगे. Whenever you go to any office or NOC to do, let's suppose, a circus, a concert, तो आपको वो इजाज़त नहीं मिलती और कहा यह जाता है कि हमारे security concerns हैं. So you're made to run from pillar to post. मैं ये पूछता हूँ कि ये security concern religious और political जलसे और जलूसों के वक्त कहाँ होते हैं? उस वक्त कैसे सिक्योरिटी होती है? लेकिन एक कवाली के लिए, एक कॉन्सर्ट के लिए, या एक सर्कस के लिए, वो इस मुल्क में होता ही नहीं. अब उस सर्कस की जरूरत भी नहीं रह गई. रोजाना है, हत्ता के तमाशे की भी या थिएटर की जरूरत नहीं रह गई. वो जो हमारे घरों में डब्बा है जिस पर टॉक शोज और जिस पे वो घुमसान की जंग होती है, वही हमारी फिल्म है, वही हमारा थिएटर है. We have become a sick society. We have become an angry society. We have refused to laugh and enjoy and take life normal. हम मरना चाहते हैं जीने के लिए. I think we wait to die to laugh and enjoy life. तो ये बड़ा ज़रूरी है कि we should match up. क्या हम सिर्फ एक religious society हैं? हम सिर्फ मुसलमान हैं? Look around yourself. Turkey, Malaysia, Egypt, Jordan. I mean, UAE. So there is something fundamentally to be corrected, and I hope and pray that does happen. That is, that we make this country as normal and easy, not only in terms of economy, not only in terms of the security, but also its culture and its intellect and art. Thank you very much.